What is the full name of redox reaction? Redox reaction is a short form for reduction oxidation reaction. Redox reaction is a chemical process where oxidation and reduction occur simultaneously. What is a redox reaction do? Oxidation is the process where a substance loses electrons, gains oxygen or loses hydrogen. Meanwhile, reduction is the process where a substance gains electrons, loses oxygen or gains hydrogen. There is a key to remember it. Key points about redox reaction: oxidation is a loss of electrons, for reduction is a gain of electrons. Why are they important? Redox reactions are crucial because they are involved in many natural and technological processes that sustain life, power our devices, and support industries. There is example of redox reactions: burning of fuel, combustion. What are the most common redox reactions in daily life? Some common redox reactions include bonfire, rusting of metals, browning of fruit, and photosynthesis. These reactions happen in our life that we even don't notice it. In this presentation, we will look at more further examples from other group mates, how they work and why they matter in real life.
The effect of oxygen and water on the oxidation of iron. The introduction. Rusting happens when iron reacts with water and air, forming a reddish-brown substance called rust. It makes iron weaker and can damage things made of metal over time. Rusting may happen differently under certain of conditions. This experiment will show what causes rusting and why water, air, and other factors are important for it to happen. Apparatus require 2 pins, water, 2 containers as shown in the picture. First step, prepare the apparatus with 1 container contains water and 1 container is empty. Second, place 1 pin in each of container. Step 3, leave the containers in an open area exposed to sunlight for 1 week to observe the results. Here are the results after 1 week. The observation: the nail in the container with water become rusty due to the presence of water, oxygen, and sunlight, which facilitated the oxidation process. Meanwhile, the nail in the dry container remain unchanged because of the lack of water, which is essential for rusting to occur. The water in the container with the nail becomes slightly cloudy at the bottom due to the rusting process. This occurs because rust forms and mixes with the water, creating a murky or cloudy appearance. The change in water clarity is a sign of the ongoing oxidation of the iron. How did this happen? Rusting was observed when iron reacted with water and oxygen from the environment. The pins in the container with water underwent oxidation, where iron lost electrons and formed ions. These ions reacted with oxygen and water to produce hydrated iron oxide, or known as rust. The process of rusting can be explained through the following reaction. For discussion, condition for rusting. It was observed that water and oxygen are both necessary for rusting to occur. Salt causes faster rusting because it increases the reaction speed by allowing iron to move more easily. Number 2, impact of rusting. Rusting weakens iron and causes damage to structure and tools. This highlights the importance of protecting metal from rust by using methods like painting, oiling, or coating with zinc. The conclusion: it was concluded that rusting requires both oxygen and water. The process was found to occur faster when there is salt, proving that environmental factors like salt can speed up rusting. This experiment helped to understand why iron needs to be protected from exposure to moisture and air. That's it!
Hello, this is me NAIM. Today I'm gonna explain to you redox in lemon. Lemons contain 2 main substances closely related to redox reaction, which is ascorbic acid and citric acid. Ascorbic acid in lemon act as a strong reducing agent because it can donate electron degeneration as follows. In the human body, ascorbic acid help convert ions from Fe3+ to Fe2+, which is essential for ion absorption. Lemons are often used in electrochemical like lemon battery reaction at the anode, which is zinc becoming oxidized from zinc to zinc 2+ plus 2 electron, and reaction at the cathode reduction of H+ ion to H+ plus 2 electron become H2. Application of redox process with lemons. Food preservation. Lemon juice is used to prevent from food oxidizing. A practical demonstration of redox process in electrochemistry, like I say, a lemon battery. In health, helps prevent oxidative damage in the human body by neutralizing free radicals. I think that's all from me. Thank you.
Apart from that, we have oxidation in apple. Oxidation in apples occurs when the fruit is exposed to oxygen, leading to the browning of the flesh. This process is primarily caused by an enzyme called polyphenol oxidase, PPO, also known as tyrosinase. When an apple cell are damaged through cutting or bruising, PPO reacts with oxygen and phenolic compounds in the apple, producing brown-colored melanin pigments. There are several factors that can influence the rate of oxidation. First, we have air exposure. The more an apple is exposed to oxygen, the faster it will brown. Second, temperature. Warmer temperature speed up the oxidation process. And the last one is acidity. Apples that are more acidic tend to brown more slowly. Beside from that, there are a few methods that can help to slow down the oxidation process. First, you can apply lemon juice to the apple, as its citric acid and antioxidants help preserve color. Secondly, you can use other antioxidant treatments like vitamin C. And the last one, you can store the apple in an airtight container or refrigerate it to reduce exposure to air.
Tarnishing happens because of fundamental chemical reaction involving the transfer of electrons between two substances. They play a significant role in the process of cleaning tarnished silver. In our scenario, the tarnish on the silver composed of silver sulfate interacts in a redox reaction involving aluminium in the presence of an electrolyte solution. Factors that influence tarnishing is 1. Presence of sulfur compound from air pollution and foods like eggs. 2. Chemical exposure from perfume and cosmetic. 3. High temperature. Higher temperatures increase the rate of chemical reaction, including tarnishing. We can preventing or slowing tarnishing by keeping it in a proper storage, which is stored in airtight containers. Second, we should clean a silver spoon by using a soft cloth and cleaning soap. Lastly, we can apply an anti-tarnish polish or coating.
Redox reactions in photosynthesis. What is photosynthesis? Photosynthesis is the process by which green plants, algae, and some bacteria convert light energy into chemical energy. This process takes place in the chloroplast of plant cells and involves the conversion of carbon dioxide and water into glucose and oxygen. Photosynthesis takes place in leaves within specialized structures called chloroplasts. Inside chloroplasts are chlorophyll, green photosynthetic pigment whose job is to absorb sunlight. The redox reactions in photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is essentially a series of redox reactions. Redox reactions, short for reduction, oxidation reactions, involve the transfer of electrons between molecules. In photosynthesis, water, H2O, is oxidized and carbon dioxide, CO2, is reduced. The reactant of photosynthesis are carbon dioxide and water, but its products are oxygen and glucose. Chlorophyll and sunlight are neither reactants nor products. They are not used up or created in the process. So, what is the chemical equation for photosynthesis? Carbon dioxide reacts with water in the presence of chlorophyll and sunlight, produce oxygen and glucose. The two stages of photosynthesis. Photosynthesis occurs in two main stages, the light-dependent reactions and the light-dependent reactions, also known as Calvin cycle. First, light-dependent reactions. These reactions take place in thylakoid membranes of the chloroplast. When light energy is absorbed by the chlorophyll, it excites electrons, which are then transferred through a series of proteins known as the electron transport chain. During this process, water molecules are split into oxygen, protons, and electrons. This is where the oxidation of water occurs, releasing oxygen as a byproduct. Water, H2O, is oxidized to oxygen, O2, losing electrons and hydrogen ions. NADP+ is reduced to NADPH by gaining electrons and hydrogen ions. Next, light-independent reactions, or Calvin cycle. These reactions take place in the stroma of chloroplast. NADP and NADPH produced in the light-independent reactions are used to convert carbon dioxide into glucose. Carbon dioxide, CO2, is reduced to glucose, C6H12O6, gaining electrons and hydrogen atoms. NADPH is oxidized back to NADP+ by losing electrons and hydrogen ions. This is the first redox reaction and the second redox reaction. When these two reactions are put together, we get the general equation that we are familiar with. In conclusion, photosynthesis involves the oxidation of water to oxygen and the reduction of carbon dioxide to glucose, with NADP+ acting as an electron carrier. During the light-dependent reaction, water is split, producing oxygen as a byproduct. These redox reactions are essential for converting light energy into chemical energy stored in glucose, which plants use for growth and energy storage. This process not only provides the oxygen we breathe, but also serves as the foundation of the food chain, supporting life on Earth.